Hello there, fellow Monster Madness ghouls and goblins. You're currently hearing the voice of a girl with no name, and it's here with very, very clear intentions to sound the alarm. Before you listen any further, beware that frightful spoilers and deliciously explicit language lie ahead. For once you find yourself in the midst of those telltale bumps in the night and the haunting howls of host laughter and cinematic judgment, there is no turning back. Choose wisely.
Help! Help! It's happening! The attack is on O'Grady Farm. Send help. The Leprechaun is attacking. Army, Navy, guns, Marines. And we're gonna need some medicine.
Okay, thanks. Hey, Sheriff. Just got a call from Ozzy. Says the Leprechaun is attacking. What was it last week? It was UFOs? No, it was Bigfoot.
Well, you'll learn about Ozzy. He's a good boy. A leprechaun.
Hi, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creatures, features, and beyond. I'm Erika, and joined with me is a man who would definitely try to steal a leprechaun's gold and immediately regret it. My buddy boy, Matt.
I don't know if I'd regret it. I'd be super fucking rich,
Not if the leprechaun kills you.
but I'd be rich.
Then I would be rich because I would hope you would leave me something.
And then the leprechaun would kill you.
No, I think if it changes hands, it doesn't matter. As long as he killed his man, I think we're good.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, as long as I take the gold and then transfer it into offshore annuities, I think that was a sentence that's correct.
It sounds smart, so let's just go with it.
Yeah, I'm smart.
You can find Monster Madness on all your favorite podcast platform sites, social media, blah, 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 Twitch. We're everywhere. Just look at the show notes, follow us, come hang out, chat. We're everywhere. Rate and review the show. Let us know. We'll read it on the show. Email us. We'll read it. We'll correspond. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you want us to watch. Give me more movies to torture Matthew with. Please. Thank you. Manners. Matt just jiggled his boobs.
I was a kind of like a piss shiver, but not a piss shiver because I just pissed.
What's a piss shiver?
You've never had to pee so bad that you get a shiver?
No.
Have you ever had to pee so bad your back hurts?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just making sure that you're a human.
Oh, that's all you got? Okay, I thought there was a further insult. Anyway, this is
you.
a special bonus episode of Monster Madness. Hopefully it comes out on time. But before we get into the hubbub, have your heebies been jeebied at all this week, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, in multiple ways. So if this comes out on time, we are celebrating my second favorite holiday. Halloween is my favorite, but St. Patrick's Day is very close to me. I love corned beef and cabbage. I love Irish whiskey. I'm currently drinking Jameson and ginger ale that comes in pre-mixed cans that I've been hanging on to for just this very moment.
Aw.
So by the end of this, things might get very messy, but that's what you're here for. Outside of that, so I got 2 mystery boxes of international snacks, which hit or miss. I had some really good like chicken kebab Pringles. I can't remember what country they came from. Those were good. I got like hot Lay's potato chips from China. Those were fucking really good. I got these weird Hershey popcorn like wafer things from China. Those were fucking insane. International candy is less sweet than like US candy.
Yeah.
So it just, you feel less like a bag of dicks eating it. Like an entire
Fair.
giant king size candy bar is like 500 calories. And I'm guessing here it's got to be at least 1,000.
What was the thing? What?
Just like a king sized candy bar. So it's like a king sized salted caramel Hershey's candy bar. It was like 500 or something for the whole thing. I might be wrong. I'm just saying international candy is just a little bit better.
Well, yeah, because it's actual ingredients.
Yeah.
A king size bar of like a crunch bar is 380 calories.
What about Hershey's though?
370.
No.
A king size
I
Hershey bar.
know you're not wrong. I know you're not lying to me. I just that seems off.
Egregious.
Either way, international candy tastes better.
There you go.
Calories don't count. You just shit them out.
My fuckable item, heebie-jeebied crickety jimdies, is actually based on your suggestion.
Cricketed Jiminy's.
It's going to change every time.
Good.
It says on my notes, it literally says, does it fuck / have our heebies been jeebied / Jiminy crick titties. That's what it literally says. So
Fucking keep in friend of the show, Seth, guessing.
you're never going to know, Seth.
What term is going to make him uncomfortable this week?
And yet he still comes back, you loyal son of a bitch.
Him and I have had these conversations. He's here for the long haul, and I appreciate that about him.
Me too. I enjoy his comments quite a bit. Golden Sriracha Doritos. I finally found them. I demolished the whole fucking bag.
I hate how fucking good they are. I went through a second bag. I forgot one. Sorry.
It's
The
okay.
sour cream and Funyuns.
There it is.
So good. They were delightful. If you see them, I highly recommend them. I found them at a Circle K, which I don't know if those reach far and wide or not, but that's where I found them. So anyway, sorry, back to you. Golden Sriracha Doritos.
No, I don't have really much to say except that they were great. And it inspired me to actually add a heebie-jeebie section in our Discord. So if you're a Discord fan, you can come into our Discord and tell us about what has heebied your jeebies, hopefully with pictures. And also we have a Precious Floof, I think, in our Discord section. Precious Floofs, do we?
I'd be shocked if we
No,
didn't.
we don't. Oh my God. We need a... No, we
thought
don't.
We did. No, I'm looking at it too. I was trying to give you the benefit of the
Oh my
doubt.
God.
Jesus.
I will be adding a Precious... That's in Finer Things. That's in the Finer Things Discord.
Oh, that's
yeah.
why. Okay.
Which I barely use anymore.
I will likely post a picture of my red velvet sourdough that I'm making.
There it is. See, guys, if you want to know what that looks like, join our Discord. But yeah, those fucking are great. Golden Sriracha. When I opened the bag and smelled them, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to vibe with these. And then that seasoning touched my tongue and I never looked back. That may have been what possibly killed me.
Did A Whole New World start playing when you ate it?
It did. Full orchestra, too. It was really strange. I'm actually shocked you know a Disney song. Wow.
That's all I got.
Louis Armstrong over here.
I bet you didn't know that I was a mouth wizard.
I hate that. So today on this special bonus episode of Monster Madness, we're going to try our luck with 1993's Leprechaun.
Top of the morning, me lads. Please!
Now I'll finish what I started.
Oh,
Get out!
help! Please! Nathan! Help me! Please, somebody help me! He's gonna kill me! Help!
It's me! It's me you want, little green son of a bitch! I've got the last gold coin. I swallowed it. It's in my stomach. Then it's your belly I want.
Oh boy. I fucked the dog on this. I should have lined up an interview with Dylan.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, it was doing late, but he said he'd do it, so I'll make it happen. But
There it is. We're going to get Dylan Postel on the show, guys. 100%.
I mean, I did eat sushi with him on Tuesday.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be that hard. Anyways,
I just need him to wear one of our t-shirts. I got to redo the merch, but once we get new merch, I got to get him a shirt. I actually do have to send him a shirt because he sent me a shirt with his face on it. So I'll send him a shirt with our stuff on it.
That's fine. He did his rough and rowdy promo in a Drown the Lifeguard shirt. So he's
Nice.
down for the cause. So
I love it. I need him to
yeah.
be. So Leprechaun is rated R. It filmed from October 1991 to November of 1991. It was released on January 8th, 1993. It is a horror, comedy, and fantasy film. It has a runtime of 92 minutes. It was directed by Mark Jones. It was also written and created by him. It was produced by Trimark Pictures and distributed by the same company. Music is done by Kevin Kiner and Robert J. Walsh. We have special effect artist Gabe Bartalos. Good job, Gabe. Our main cast is Warwick Davis, Jennifer Aniston, Ken Oldland, Mark Holton, Robert Hy Gorman, John Sanderford, and Shay Duffin. We only have a couple taglines for this one. Her luck just ran out. The luck of the Irish, ... just ran out. Your luck just ran out. That's literally the three. It's the same thing over and over and over. They're terrible. Do we have a budget, sir?
Yes. It was 900,000 American freedom units, which equates to just over $2 million.
And do we know a gross?
Other than your face, 8.5 million, which is $19 million in today's units.
The fact that this made less money than an upcoming episode of Monster Madness, most likely, by a lot, is pretty shocking.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one...
$39 million in 1976.
Right, so that mathed out to like 220 million. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So yeah.
Because we're recording a little ass sequence tonight, and we just did a movie that was not the best, but it in my opinion, still a little bit enjoyable. Clearly, Matt does not feel the same. It grossed $39 million in 1976, which is about $220 million now. So that's fucking bananas. And this is a franchise. This other movie was not. But either which way. Matt, can you tell us the plot of Leprechaun?
Yeah, it's a fucking leprechaun kills people.
Start, finish. Done. Fin.
Someone steals his gold. He kills him.
Bada bing, bada boom.
In 1983, Dan O'Grady returns to his home in North Dakota from a trip to his native Ireland, where he has stolen a leprechaun's pot of gold. After burying the gold, O'Grady discovers that the leprechaun has followed him home and murdered his wife. Should have ended there. He would have been like, fuck yeah, pussy tight, I'm free. Didn't. O'Grady uses a 4-leaf clover to suppress the leprechaun's powers and trap him inside of a crate. Before he can burn him, the leprechaun makes O'Grady suffer a stroke. 10 years later, J.D. Redding and his teenage daughter Tori rent the O'Grady farmhouse for the summer. Contract workers Nathan Murphy, his 10-year-old brother Alex, and their dim-witted friend Ozzie Jones help repaint the farmhouse. In the basement, Ozzie hears the leprechaun's cry for help and mistakes him for a child. He brushes the clover off the crate, freeing the leprechaun. After failing to convince the others that he met a leprechaun, Ozzie spots a rainbow and chases it, believing there will be gold at the end. Alex accompanies him, fearing that Ozzie might hurt himself. A bag of 100 gold coins appears before Ozzie. After Ozzie tests the gold and accidentally swallows a coin, they stash it in the old well and plot to keep it for themselves, hoping to fix Ozzie's brain. At the farm, the leprechaun lures JD into a trap by imitating a cat, biting and injuring his hand. Tori and the others rush him to the hospital while the leprechaun follows on a tricycle. Alex and Ozzie visit a pawn shop to see if the gold is pure, and the leprechaun kills the shop owner for stealing his gold and shines the corpse's shoes before leaving. Leprechaun steals himself a go-kart and goes back to the farmhouse, getting pulled over by an officer on the way for speeding. The officer gets chased by the leprechaun into the woods and eventually gets killed. Leprechaun returns to the farmhouse and searches for his gold, shining every shoe he finds. Leaving JD at the hospital, the group drives from the farmhouse. Finding it ransacked, Nathan checks outside and is injured by a bear trap set by the leprechaun. Group fights the leprechaun outside, beating him up with sticks and stones. After finding a shotgun in the farmhouse, they repeatedly shoot the leprechaun to no avail. They then attempt to flee the farm, but their truck's engine has been sabotaged by the leprechaun. After ramming the truck with a go-kart, the leprechaun terrorizes the group until Ozzie reveals that he and Alex found the gold. Tori recovers the bag from the well and gives it to the leprechaun. Believing the worst is to be over, they leave for the hospital. While counting his gold, the leprechaun discovers he is missing the coin that Ozzie swallowed. Thinking that they have tricked him, he menaces them until Ozzie talks about O'Grady, who was taken to a nursing home after his stroke. Group distracts the leprechaun by throwing dirty shoes around, which the leprechaun cannot resist shining, while Tori gets into her Jeep and drives to the nursing home to learn how to kill him. At the nursing home, the leprechaun pretends to be O'Grady. After chasing Tori to an elevator, the leprechaun throws O'Grady down the shaft as Tori flees. Before dying, O'Grady tells her that the only way to kill the leprechaun is with a 4-leaf clover, which happens to grow in a patch outside the farm.
Amazing.
Tori returns to the farmhouse, searches for a clover until she is attacked by the leprechaun. Nathan and Ozzie save her. Ozzie reveals that he swallowed the last coin and the leprechaun wounds him trying to get it. Before the leprechaun can kill Ozzie, Alex takes a 4-leaf clover Tori has found, sticks it in a wad of gum, and shoots it in the leprechaun's mouth, causing him to melt away. Leprechaun falls into a well, but his skeleton climbs out, continue menacing the group. Nathan pushes the leprechaun back into the well, blows up the well, leprechaun with gasoline. As the cops arrive in the morning, the leprechaun vows his spirit will not rest until he recovers all of his gold. And 17 sequels later.
How many sequels are there actually? 5?
5 sequels. Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in Space, Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, and the 2014 reboot starring my dear friend Dylan, Leprechaun Origins. Then Leprechaun Returns came in 2018.
Good lord.
7. So 7 total. I don't know why it said there was 5 sequels. Technically, Leprechaun Origins isn't a sequel. Leprechaun Returns is, I think, actually has Warwick Davis in it.
Yeah, so I had never seen Leprechaun before.
So I remember the two. I remember Ozzy and the Kid. I don't know if I've ever seen this movie. I didn't realize or remember that Jennifer Aniston was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because even Alyssa's like, well, I haven't seen this since she was in the sorority house. I don't know if I've ever seen it front to back. I know that I've seen Leprechaun in the Hood and Back to the Hood because those are the fucking best.
Yeah, no, I've never seen any of them. The most I've ever seen of a Leprechaun movie was my brother, and this is going to date me so much because it's
You're
such
like
a weird
10 years younger than me.
But here's the thing, it's like a weird, very like millennial thing. Number one, it's a DVD. Number two, do you remember when they used to like sell those DVDs where they're like collections?
Yeah, I still have some.
No, but I'm not even saying of movies, but like this was a
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like
Yep.
I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't like Horror Masters, but it was just like a DVD he had that highlighted a bunch of different slasher films. I'm going to Google it real quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have like, it's like 25 horror icon movies or some shit. And it's just a stack of DVDs in a big ass box. But you would often have like the collections. So it'd be like 2 DVDs and there'd be like 4 or 5 movies on it.
It's called, literally, I just found it and I haven't seen this in probably 15 years. It's called Boogeymen, the Killer Compilation. And it literally has just each chapter because
Oh shit, yeah.
if you never really used DVDs, if you're of that generation, I don't know what our listener demographic is age-wise, but DVDs used to have chapters, and each chapter was a different slasher, like, Michael Myers, Freddy, blah, blah. And Leprechaun was on that. And it wasn't even the first, I think he was. I'm pretty sure it might have been a different one that my brother had. But I see his face on there. But I don't even think they did a scene from Leprechaun 1 because I did not recall any of it.
Oh, it's greatest scenes from the scariest movies. I see what it is. But why Child's Play 2 and not Child's Play 1?
I remember the scene in Child's Play 2 from that DVD. It's when they're in the school and he like comes out of the closet and he's like smacking his hand with the ruler and he's about to beat the kid to death with the ruler. That's actually oddly the only scene I really remember from that DVD. Freddy's, I think, was when he's chasing Tina. I think that's it. That's all I really remember. I don't remember what the Friday the 13th was. It was never from like the original movies, except I think Halloween was too. But either which way. Yeah, that's literally the only tidbit of Leprechaun I ever saw.
So
I saw this...
what you're saying is this DVD is the concert equivalent to the guy selling half-price shirts on your walk back to the car?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. And you know what's funny? This came out, let's see, when did that DVD fucking come out?
2001.
2001. So I was 10 years old when that came out, and I always got a little, it took me a while to not be scared of horror movies. So at 10, I was still very scared. I remember my brother was like, watch this, see if you can handle these clips. And if you can, like, we'll watch these movies. And I would watch it over and over and over again to prove to him that I didn't get scared. And then I got scared. But that's beside the point. But yeah, as a whole, I mean, I got to be honest with you, reading the Wikipedia, because I did not have the wherewithal to write anything about this movie. I didn't really retain anything except a couple of like one-liners that Jennifer Aniston had where you can see the budding comedic actress that she is, and the 4-leaf clover and the fucking terrible green lights that they just have pointing at the grass. They're like, this is the green clover patch. That's about it.
My biggest complaint is when they were painting the house. I remember thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, the best way to portray that someone is working hard painting is to just paint down their arm. So if you go back to that scene, Jennifer Aniston is completely free of paint other than like 3 very carefully painted sections down her arm.
Yeah.
No, and it's like, if you're good at painting, you don't get fucking paint anywhere unless you're like spraying or doing something goofy. But if you're painting with a brush, like, fuck that. That shit, that annoyed me. I don't know, this movie wasn't great. Like, I think like So the weird thing is usually these slasher genres that spawn a ton of sequels, the original is a straight up fucking horror movie, and then later on they find like a comedic aspect to it. Nightmare on Elm Street, not so much Friday the 13th, but shit like that. This was comedy from the get-go and still had 7 sequels that came out, or 7 additional movies. Origins being the only one that was a straight up horror movie. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a very bad movie, but whew. Although now that I'm looking at the Wikipedia, it says originally intended as a straight horror, Davis injected humor into his role, and reshoots added increased gore to appeal to older audiences. So it was meant to be a comedy movie, but it meant to be a straight horror movie. But how do you have a straight horror movie when your fucking killer is getting pulled over by a cop driving a go-kart?
Yeah, or like vigorously cleaning a shoe and can't kill anybody because he's got to dust the shoe off. Like,
Right. Which is that like a thing with leprechauns where they need to clean shoes?
I do have a note about folklore regarding leprechauns.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
leprechaun, the word comes from other words that I can't pronounce that means small body or little one. They're actually supposed to be fairies and not shoemaking tricksters. That was pop culture that kind of switched them up. But so their common characteristics are gold hoarders, tricksters, shoemakers. In folklore, leprechauns are known as cobblers, constantly making and repairing shoes, possibly for fairy folk. They're not even, some of them aren't even dressed in green, and they can have magic abilities. It's really, there's a kind of a wide berth when it comes to leprechauns and what they can and cannot do. But yeah, there's a legend called the Shoemaker's Revenge. In some versions of the story, leprechauns punish greedy humans who steal from them and often leading them to misfortune rather than wealth. So I don't know what that has to do with shoemaking, but yeah, apparently that's like a small little tidbit. The only thing I knew about leprechauns going in is that they liked gold and rainbows. This is gonna sound so weird, but like I don't know why like this would wind up on that DVD. Because if you look at the cover of that DVD, you have fucking Pinhead on there. You have, Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason. This dude, like, this was not I can't imagine going to see this and be like, I'm fucking terrified. But yet, some people are of this movie, and I don't understand.
Well, it's the same as like people that are scared of clowns. Clowns don't really affect me. Even the creepy ones. I don't get it, but I guess that's the beauty of horror, is everyone has their, same with fucking weird fetishes, everyone has their angle.
Like, Brooke's sister is absolutely petrified of clowns. So, like, anytime we watch a horror movie and there's a clown in it, she'll send a picture to her. Like, during Halloween, anytime we saw a
Rough.
decoration. Oh, yeah, she would just get sandbagged with pictures of clowns. And every time it would just be like, you're a fucking asshole. I actually have a clown. It's packed away in a Tucker tote. It's a Christmas decoration. My grandmother was like, as long as I'm alive, do not throw this out. So, like, now, at this point, I'm afraid if I throw it away, some bad juju's going to come at me. But it's literally if I find a picture of it, I'll post it on our Discord and our Instagram. But it's a Christmas themed clown Christmas decoration. Like it's so unsettling that I don't understand how people could have many of these things in their house. Like clowns don't scare me, but that is unsettling. If I woke up in my friend's house or something, or my grandmom's house, and I saw that on a shelf looking down at me, I would have a hard time going back to sleep. That's all I'm saying. But for me to kind of just segue into the next segment, this would have to get a nay for me. I'm not going to slay it and say people can't watch it or they shouldn't watch it. It is what it is. The only thing I genuinely liked in it was Jennifer Aniston, because I love Friends, and I could see, like I said earlier, her budding comedic timing and all that stuff. And within the almost a year and a half, she was catapulted to superstardom because of Friends.
You know what I forgot?
What?
Who Warwick Davis played in Star Wars?
Wicket.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm fine. His ashes came home today.
Did he?
Oh.
That's good.
Alice is like, put him in the fucking thing. So I just stuff him in my pocket. Go up on a fucking stuff. Because it's, when you come visit, it'll make sense. But in our living room, we have like these shelves, but they're like up on the ceiling. So it's like I need a step stool to get up there.
Oh, I know the shelf.
Yeah. So I had to like take the thing down because he's with Peter and Booger.
Yeah.
In the same box.
Yeah, not to bring it down, but if you guys are on our Instagram, you saw that the Monster Madness fam lost our Wicked Boy, and we miss him greatly, and we love him. But I want to sidebar into I can count. I would say this is like the top 3 time like in my life I've laughed the hardest. And me and Matt and Alyssa were talking in a text message chain, and somehow we got in the conversation of Matt's tattoos. And I said, like, what's the most painful tattoo that you've ever had? And you said something to the effect of, I almost fucking like blacked out when I was getting my stomach tattooed. And I was like, oh, what do you have on your stomach? And you're like, oh, dead bunnies. And I was like, what? Elaborate. And he went on to tell me that, him and his wife had bunnies, and, they passed away. So he got zombie bunnies on his stomach. Showed me a picture of them. They're fucking great. Uh, but before we got to the point of, because what you need to know about Matt and his wife is that they have animals going in and out of that house like a revolving door. They're both very involved in just.
You make it sound like we're fucking weird animal dealers.
No.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Stop yelling. You're yelling again. It's just always yelling with you.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be nice for a change. And I'm complimenting you because you are top 3. It made me laugh the hardest in my life. They are fostering any type of animal you could think of and finding homes for them. And it's just a really noble thing. But so I was like, oh, where are the bunnies now? Thinking that they're in like a cage in the basement. And
I forgot about this.
Matt just sends me a picture of a shelf, and it's the most unaesthetic photo ever taken. And I just see like a little box, and he just goes right there. I laughed so fucking hard at that because it was just, I completely sandbagged me because I wasn't expecting them to, 1, not be around, and 2, for them to just be in a box in your living room. It's just, it was just comedic timing at its finest. But
I was gonna say, if you're ever in my living room, you're in the presence of it's got to be 10 dead animals. Well, we had 4 dogs, a bunch of rabbits.
Yeah.
So they're up in there.
They have their special spot looking down on everybody.
For sure. It's not like it's just a fucking taxidermy dead dog. Like they're in tasteful boxes, you fucking psychopaths.
I mean, fair.
I just assume someone's at home being like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? You're the problem. I'm not the problem.
No, I totally get it. I totally understand because I have never had animals that I've been that attached to, but now I am, and I totally get it. But
yeah, it's the whole thing. We can talk about it now when we're recording.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Matt made me laugh the hardest. Actually, my fucking cat Billy made me laugh the hardest I have ever laughed in my entire life.
Did you shit yourself?
No, that was.
Then you haven't laughed hard enough.
Have you laughed so hard you shit yourself?
I don't know, but I drink a lot.
I like Jesus, but I drink a little. We're gonna hop into some minutiae real quick. There's a handful, but I don't really care. George Lucas received a special thanks credit because Warwick Davis was under contract to him, and he gave Davis permission to appear in the movie. This was fucking the 90s. Why was Warwick like exclusively George Lucas's bitch?
That's a great question, but I didn't realize he was in Phantom Menace and The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker also.
Oh yeah, he's in everything. He's in Harry Potter too.
I mean, I knew that, but it's like, I forgot that she was in The Rise of Skywalker. What's up?
I actually don't know if it was Warwick Davis. Yeah, no, he played Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Vern Troyer played...
A piece of shit? Oh, sorry. Mini-Me? Yeah.
Mini-Me played Grip Hook, which is another goblin in the movie. I thought it was Warwick Davis.
Oh, I didn't realize that they were both in Harry Potter.
I don't actually know if Vern was alive to do the final one, but...
He partied. He died in 2018, so it would have been close.
Yeah, I think then he definitely was. Because the last Harry Potter movie came out in 2009, I think.
28. Oh, never mind. I'm not great at math.
I think 2010 maybe is when the last Harry Potter movie came out. I think it took 9 years for them to complete the whole thing. I don't know.
You're thinking of a different little person, my pal.
Hold on.
Philosopher's Stone. He was Grip Hook in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Sorcerer's Stone, that's it. So if Grip Hook existed later, it was someone else.
Hold on.
The voice was by Warwick Davis, though.
He did Grip Hook in the final films. Warwick.
Oh, okay. So they used his voice in the first one, Vern Troyer as the body, and then they switched it out. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another fact, Warwick Davis started to regret making the film, but due to Aniston's later success on television, many people rented this film and it spawned a lengthy series of sequels. Allegedly, it was one of Warwick's favorite movies. This is Jennifer Aniston's feature film debut. 1 year later, she would become a household name as a part of the ensemble cast of Friends. I'm going to assume the answer to this question is no, but you're not a Friends dude, are you?
I'm not a Friends person. There was a couple references, like the pivot one I will make from time to time, mostly pivot, and then that gif goes with it.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I don't hate it, but like I also don't get Seinfeld.
Oh, you're not a Seinfeld guy? You don't like
I
it?
tried. Someone's even like started season 2, and it's like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But I
Yeah.
really like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is the same fucking thing with different people. So it's like I'm not opposed to him. It didn't catch me at the right time.
I get you. If you truly want to know who my father is as a person, if Jerry Seinfeld and the character of George Costanza, which is basically Larry David, had a baby, that's Michael Snyder. Just so you know. The man is just something else. I don't even have words for him, but either which way. This is going to be my last minutiae because the rest of these are pretty repetitive and nothing really of substance. Warwick Davis has repeatedly accused Jennifer Aniston of denying that the film exists. Aniston replied to Davis that she considered Leprechaun her first film success, but her beginnings as an actress embarrassed her and apologized for ghosting the film. You see this a lot with actresses mainly who get their start, which a lot of people do in the horror franchises. When they get, if they're fortunate enough to get some superstardom, they kind of dial back the fact that they were horror people. And even Jamie Lee Curtis was like this for decades. She did not like that she was pretty much on the verge of being typecast as a scream queen for the duration of her life. So she went and did movies like Trading Places and, cut off all her hair and True Lies and blah, blah, blah. And then when she got older, it seemed, and the cash wasn't flowing as steadily, she came back and did those 3 horror films real fucking quick. But then I've noticed that she's been doing more dramatic roles too. So I don't think it was all for naught, but yeah, she was like not thrilled to be a horror movie girl. And I don't see why. Like I could see maybe this movie, Leprechaun, being a little embarrassed by it, especially going from this to such superstardom with Friends. But Jamie Lee Curtis did Halloween, Halloween 2, then The Fog, Terror Train, Prom Night. She clearly liked what she was doing to a degree, but I don't know. I mean, that's just a debate for a different day. But do you think you'd survive a leprechaun attack? Like if Dylan came up to you right now and like punched you in the nuts.
Okay, so most days I see him.
Yeah. Does he ball tap you when he sees you?
Every once in a while, not a ton.
That's an unfair advantage there, sir.
I will say the funniest thing I've ever heard that man say, and he claims he's a comedian. His girlfriend was spraying him with a bottle of water that they have for the cats, and he just goes, "Stop, stop, you'll drown me." And I fucking lost it. I mean, if he ball tapped me, it's like 2 steps and I could take him down. He can't get away. There's no supernatural abilities with this, with that man. Now with the leprechaun itself, I don't think I would have eaten a gold coin, but if I came in to possession of the money, the coins, and I saw it was happening, I would just give it up. So I will say that yes, I would survive, because once I saw the money, so what they say, each coin is $500. 100, so that's $50,000. $50,000 is not worth everyone around me and me dying for her.
Well, do some 1993 adjustment inflation calculator, $50,000. That's got to be at least a milli.
No,
I don't know how math works.
What is it? 1993, 50,000. It's $110,000.
Literally, my new favorite meme right now is "Don't speak to me about math. I've left that behind," and that's fully my life. I don't fucking like it.
So I was watching, as of recording this, Dan Soder's newest episode of his podcast with a guy who I don't really remember his name. It was Matt something. He's pretty handsome, but he's talking about how like math is poorly taught, so people just don't get it. So at this
Yeah.
point, it's like you just get it or you don't because it's like a second language. I don't get it. I have no use for it because I don't like. I got through geometry and college algebra, and that's all I needed.
Matthew Browsard.
Yeah, he's real like squared off teeth.
Squared off teeth. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm Irish, so I know not to fuck with a leprechaun. And I
Yeah.
think there's some kinship there, so I think I'd be okay. And like a swift kick in the teeth, I think we'd be all right. But you never know. But yeah, that's Leprechaun. There really isn't much more to say about it. If you want to watch a St. Patty's Day movie, if that's your vibe, you're a horror movie fan, you love goofiness, you're not taking it seriously, you're not looking to be scared, pop it in. It does have its nostalgia. I can see its place. It just wasn't for me. I can't imagine it got better from there in this franchise, but yeah, I mean, guys, stay safe out there. It's St. Patty's Day. It's a Monday. Don't drink yourself into a coma. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink green beer. Like, can we chill the fuck out with that? Don't drink green beer.
Drink black beer like an adult. I was gonna give you shit about it, and it's like I'm not a big like I have to have green beer. All I want is corned beef and cabbage, and I know that the place around the corner from my house is serving corned beef and cabbage all weekend. I can go get it. I might go get it when we're done here. Probably not, but maybe.
It's very possible. It's very
Mhm,
possible. You
mhm,
gotta
mhm.
celebrate. So yeah, you guys enjoy your St. Patty's Day. I hope you like this special bonus episode. Hopefully it comes out on time.
You are the person that can make it come out on time. Make it come out on time. Leave all of this in.
I'm in the middle of editing one episode now, and then I have to do this one, and then I have to do another one.
These are all things that I don't pay attention to because I don't edit them, but like,
Yeah,
maybe
man.
work harder.
Yep. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Just if you need to get away from a fucking leprechaun, last ditch effort, just put some dirt on your shoes and just toss gold at them. You should be fine. See you on the next one, guys. Bye. Just do it till all the air is out of your lungs. Just insert Cat Williams. It's okay. I'll wait.
God damn it.
What are you?
What do I look like, me lad? See that? The buckles on me shoes? Why, I'm a leprechaun.
you, Lucky Charms.